Hey gamers, creators, and PC enthusiasts. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the 5 best AMD graphics cards you can get right now. Whether you're building a budget rig, a high-performance beast, or something in between, AMD's got you covered. If you want to see the latest prices and more information about the products, be sure to check the links down below in the description box. So, let's get started. Number 5. SOYO AMD RX 6600M 8GB Graphics Card. Alright, so imagine this: you're hunting for a new graphics card, scrolling through listings, and every single one feels either way too expensive or just meh. And then out of nowhere, you see this thing, the SOYO RX 6600M. At first glance, you're probably like, wait, isn't that a laptop GPU? Yeah, it is, but someone went ahead and adapted it for desktop use. And honestly, oh my god, it's way better than I expected. Here's the deal. You're getting 8 gigs of GDDR6 memory, PCIe 4.0 support, and the card only sips about 100 watts. Translation? You don't need some monster power supply. 450 watts is totally fine. That alone makes it kinda perfect for budget builds or older systems that you don't want to overhaul. Now, cooling-wise, it's rocking a dual fan setup. Out of the box, temps are okay, but if you're somewhere hot, like really humid, tropical hot, you might see it creep into the 80s. But here's the fun part: people have been undervolting, swapping the thermal paste, pushing the fans a little higher, and boom, temps drop, stability improves, and the card just feels way more solid. Ports? You get 3 display ports and an HDMI. That means multi-monitor gaming, editing, streaming setups. It can handle all that. I've even seen folks flex with 3 screens for sim racing, which just sounds insane. Now I get it. You're probably side-eyeing this thing, like, it's cheap, it's from China, should I even trust it? And honestly, fair. But here's the funny part: most people I found online were skeptical too, and then plugged it in and went, oh, it actually works. Drivers install fine, performance lines up with expectations, and compared to older cards like the RX 580 or GTX 1060, this thing is a straight upgrade. Of course, it's not all sunshine. Some buyers complained about sketchy packaging, like, no bubble wrap, just vibes. A few unlucky ones even got theirs DOA. And temps, again, can be hit or miss if you don't tweak things. But overall, the majority? Pretty dang happy. Gaming performance is where it gets really fun. At 1080p? This card eats. You can run most modern games on high, sometimes even ultra, with really solid frame rates. At 1440p, it's not perfect, but still surprisingly playable for the price. And we're talking like $150 to $180, depending on where you grab it. For that price? It's kinda wild. So yeah, is this thing perfect? No. Is it the best bang for buck sleeper GPU right now? Honestly, yeah, it might be. It feels like that scrappy underdog you didn't see coming, but it shows up, throws a few punches, and you're like, wow, okay, respect. If you're on a budget, building a backup rig, or just need something that gets the job done without melting your wallet, the SOYO RX 6600M is seriously worth considering. Number 4. MLLSE AMD RX 5700 XT Graphics Card. First off, this card comes with 2560 stream processors, built on AMD's Navi 10 architecture with a 7nm process. What that means in real-world use is stable frame rates, smooth gameplay, and efficiency that really matters during long gaming sessions. It's rated at 225 watts, so yeah, you'll want at least a 600-watt power supply, but considering the performance you get, that's more than reasonable. Then there's the VRAM, 8GB of GDDR6 on a 256-bit bus. That's a big deal if you're gaming at 1440p or even 4K. It's fast, responsive, and you don't run into that dreaded VRAM maxed out stutter you might see on something like a GTX 1650 Super or even an older GTX 1060. Cooling is handled with a dual fan design, direct copper contact, and large heatsink fins. Basically, it stays cool under pressure, even in demanding titles like Cyberpunk 2077 or Red Dead Redemption 2. A lot of users have even pushed it further, undervolting to around 1000 millivolts and overclocking to 19 MHz, making it cooler, quieter, and even more stable. Now here's the surprising part. I tested this card alongside an RTX 4060 8GB, and believe it or not, the RX 5700 XT, which costs significantly less, was delivering equal or even higher frame rates in many games. No, it's not a ray tracing card, but if you're like me and don't need every single setting cranked to ultra, the performance per dollar is incredible. And since it uses the full 16 PCIe lanes unlike the 4060's 8 lanes, the difference at 4K is noticeable. Customers have had similar experiences. Some reported needing to reflash the BIOS because a few units shipped with mining firmware, but once that's fixed, performance is excellent. I've seen people in Chile mention they got theirs in just 8 days, buyers in Brazil said delivery was super fast, and a lot of users agree it performs right on par with the RTX 4060. Some even say it feels smoother, thanks to the full PCIe bandwidth. Physically, the card looks solid, a full-size backplate with airflow cutouts, and it doesn't feel cheap at all. It's not oversized either, about 23 centimeters long, so it fits in most mid-tower cases without an issue. You also get one HDMI port plus 3 display ports, perfect for multiple monitors or a 4K setup. And honestly, if you're not obsessed with ray tracing or streaming at pro-level quality, this card is an absolute gem in 2025. Whether you're playing Red Dead, Cyberpunk, Elite Dangerous, House Flipper, or even cozy Sims, it just handles them smoothly. Number 3. Sapphire AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT. First off, this card is actually a really solid deal for the price. It comes in both 8GB and 16GB versions, but honestly, if you can, go for the 16 because games today are eating up VRM like candy. With Unreal Engine 5 everywhere now, future-proofing isn't really about the future anymore, it's about right now. Now, Sapphire's design, I gotta say, they nailed it again. The cooler looks super clean, no over-the-top RGB light show, just a nice, subtle aesthetic. The new Aero Curve fan blades are impressively quiet, even when the card is under load. And oh my god, the temps? Mid to high 50s Celsius while gaming. That's insanely cool for a card in this class. A big reason for that is the Honeywell PTM 7950 thermal interface material Sapphire pre-applies. You honestly can't do much better than that when it comes to heat transfer. Performance-wise, this thing is a beast at 1440p. Most modern titles? No problem at all. I've even seen it push around 75 frames per second in Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K, high settings, with ray tracing enabled and upscaling turned on. That's pretty wild for what's considered a mid-range card. And if you're into esports, our Fortnite players are seeing 300, even 400 FPS. That's overkill, honestly. One big upgrade compared to older cards like the RX 7600 is the PCIe interface. The 9060 XT uses a full PCIe 5.0x16 slot, which means you don't get bottlenecked even if you're running on an older PCIe Gen 3 or Gen 2 system. That's a sneaky little advantage most people don't mention. Noise and efficiency? Whisper quiet. It only needs a single 8-pin connector, and power draw tops out at around 182 watts. That means it's not going to roast your case or spike your power bill. Quick tip though, if you plan to overclock, disable 0 RPM mode and set a custom fan curve, because junction temps can spike quickly otherwise. And here's another cool trick, undervolting. A lot of people have reported that undervolting by about 50 mV actually helps the boost clocks run higher without increasing temps. It's basically free performance if you're willing to tweak a little. Build quality is solid too. It's compact, lightweight, and fits the same footprint as the old RX 6600. It's easy to work on, easy to install, and Linux support is rock solid as long as you keep your kernel and Mesa stack updated. Now, is it perfect? Not quite. If you find it at a budget-friendly price or around MSRP, grab it instantly. It's one of the best bang-for-buck GPUs out there right now. But if the price creeps up too high, the value starts to dip compared to some of the competition. Still, overall, this thing is a killer card. It's a great upgrade if you're coming from something like an older RTX 2070 Super. You'll get better performance, more efficiency, more VRAM, and a quieter gaming experience. Number 2. AMD Radeon RX 7900 XT. Now, under the hood, we're looking at AMD's brand new RDNA 3 architecture. This is the one with the groundbreaking chiplet design, the first of its kind in gaming GPUs. What that means in practice is next-gen performance, sharper visuals, and significantly better efficiency compared to older AMD cards. The ray tracing cores have also been reworked, so games that use ray tracing finally feel smooth on Team Red's side. If you're into creative workloads, this card is a beast. With 20 GB of GDDR6 memory on a 320-bit bus, it can handle 8K textures, render massive 3D environments, and even real-time editing without breaking a sweat. Whether you're a gamer, a creator, or somewhere in between, this card has you covered. But enough about specs, let's talk about the actual experience. At idle, the fans are dead silent, you won't hear a thing. Under load, like when compiling shaders or jumping into a demanding game, the fans do ramp up, but they settle down quickly and never get annoyingly loud. Even during long gaming sessions of 10 to 14 hours, temperatures stayed in the 70 to 72 degrees Celsius range, which is excellent for sustained performance. Performance-wise, this card is a monster. We're talking 90 to 100 FPS in The Last of Us Part 1 at max settings, over 140 FPS in Call of Duty at 1440p, and around 300 FPS in Oblivion Remastered maxed out. And yes, Cyberpunk 2077 and Elden Ring at 1440p Ultra? Smooth as butter. Now, there are a couple of quirks worth mentioning. Some users have noticed higher idle power draw when running a second monitor at 144 Hz. The simple fix? Drop the secondary monitor to 120 Hz, and it goes back to normal. Coil whine can also show up, not everyone notices it, but it's something that can happen with high-powered GPUs. On the software side, AMD has made huge strides. Their drivers are far better than they used to be, and features like undervolting can help you shave down temps and noise while keeping the same performance. That said, not every experience has been flawless. A few unlucky owners have reported crashes, visual artifacts in games like Red Dead Redemption 2, or even early hardware failures. It's rare, but worth considering, so getting a solid warranty is a smart move. Overall, this card delivers in spades. It's powerful, efficient, quieter than expected, and an absolute value for high-end 1440p or even 4K gaming. If you're coming from something like an RTX 3080, the performance jump, often around 20%, is instantly noticeable. Number 1. Sapphire NITRO Plus AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT. First impressions? This thing is massive. We're looking at a 3.2 slot design that stretches over 33 centimeters in length, packed with Sapphire's Tri-X cooling system, AeroCurve fan blades, and the signature free flow design. In short, it's built not just for performance, but to stay cool and quiet while delivering it. Performance-wise, the RX 9070 XT is stacked. It features a boost clock of up to 3060 MHz, a game clock around 2520 MHz, and under the hood you'll find 4096 stream processors, 64 compute units, 64 ray accelerators, plus 128 AI accelerators to handle the latest AI-driven workloads and features. This card isn't just powerful today, it's clearly designed with the future in mind. On the memory side, you're getting 16 GB of GDDR6 running on a 256-bit bus, clocked at 20 Gbps, and paired with a 64 MB Infinity Cache. That means super fast data transfers and plenty of bandwidth for both high-resolution gaming and heavy creative projects. And if high resolution is your thing, this card has you covered. It supports up to 4 displays at 8K, with 2 HDMI ports and 2 DisplayPort 2.0 outputs, so you've got flexibility no matter what setup you're running. Feature-wise, AMD loaded this card with Smart Tech, HYPR-RX for intelligent performance scaling, Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4 for sharp upscaling, and Radeon Anti-Lag 2 to reduce input latency. Whether you're a competitive gamer or just want silky smooth visuals, these features make a big difference. For power, it uses the new 12V to 2x6 connector, with Sapphire recommending at least a 750W PSU. Considering the performance, that's actually pretty reasonable. And of course, it's fully compatible with Windows 10, Windows 11, and Linux 64-bit. All in all, the Sapphire NITRO Plus RX 9070 XT isn't just about raw horsepower. It's about efficiency, cooling, reliability, and forward-looking features. Whether you're gaming in 4K or even experimenting with 8K or tackling demanding content creation workloads, this card is an absolute beast of a choice. So there you have it, the 5 best AMD graphics cards you should consider in 2025. Which one would you pick for your next build? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more PC hardware guides, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.